The CK Story Pod is back. This is the month of June that we're covering, and it has been the busiest month, basically. So there's a lot to talk about. So this one's going to look a little bit more professional than the last couple, I should say that.
Why do you say that?
Well, because we're actually thinking about the pod of what we're going to talk about, what that we're actually planning, I guess. So
Not so all over the place.
not so all over the place, but yeah, there's a lot going on. But we just celebrated our 7-year anniversary. Amazing. And if you guys are wondering what we did, some extravagant thing. What did we do? Where did we go?
We did something so extravagant, and I can't believe it. We stayed home.
That is true. Yes, we did. And I don't regret it at all because we were so tired from this week.
Yeah. I mean, we had such a week, but we went to the pool. We had some time to relax, but other than that, it was really just catching up on work. And with the work, I did do a little wedding planning. We finalized the guest list on who's coming.
That was so hard. I didn't understand how hard that would be until we had multiple conversations with, I guess, my parents now, and just thinking of who to invite, and does this make sense? Would that cause any divide? Because it is, complicated and confusing, especially like, heck, if we didn't even see people in years, it's like I don't recall talking to a lot of the people, but...
Yeah, and you have a much bigger family than me, so it was like you had so much extended family that you were considering too, that some of them I was like, well, I haven't even met them, and our guest list is already over 200. Let's really think about who we want to be there celebrating us that day.
The only thing that's like I want some more people there than not is just because it's like you invite so and so, but then it would look weird if you didn't also invite them.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah, you just gotta pull the trigger on it. But
yeah, it's a weird curve where if like you're close to one cousin but not the rest, it's like, well, you gotta be sure to invite them all. And
yeah, something like that. So we'll see though. What else?
The biggest question that I've got about the wedding that, I've seen some comments and really we just got comments at the beginning was, why are you waiting so long?
To get married.
Yes.
Yeah, because we made it to 7 years now. I'm 23. Kelsey's 22. It just seemed like the right thing to do, as in like, oh, we'll be basically out of school. Kelsey will be in her job. Yeah. I'll still be unemployed. And, it just made sense like we could actually live together when we're married, but then also for the date.
Yes. So the biggest deal is that I wanted to get married on the day we started dating, which is June 19th. And the first time, and we're pretty lucky that it happens to fall on a Friday.
Yeah.
Compared to like, we could have lucked out and the day could have been on a Tuesday or something. And then I would have had to throw that idea out the window. But I thought it would be really special to get married on the day we were dating. So that's pretty much the huge reason why we're waiting so long. But then, like you said, like, I'm not out of school yet. I'm still in my master's program. And in my master's program, I'm an intern that you don't make money doing that. And it's like you just finished up school. I could not imagine having a wedding yesterday.
Yeah, especially because like it's so weird. Like everyone around me, I guess from the Parkside team, they have a couple guys have proposed when we were in college still, and it's like, college is expensive. A lot of people don't have all this money to pay for a ring, and then they got rent, and then all these different things. So it's like, oh, you're gonna add a wedding on top of that too, and for us it just it was just like, I mean, people you gotta wait,
Yeah, I think the beauty in waiting is that like you can get what you want. You can have the day to be what you want. I mean, A, you're saving up. B, you have plenty of time to plan as long as you're not procrastinating on that planning. Because one thing that I will never forget is last year, 2024, we were looking at wedding venues for 2026. We had like a soft hold on one. And the next week we were called saying, do you want to like put the deposit down or not? Because we have someone that's willing to for your date. And I'm like, our wedding's not till 2 years.
Yeah,
what do you mean?
Yeah, we thought we were early on the ball, but there's others, just like thinking the same thing. So
Yeah, there's a lot of people that plan ahead. And with weddings, you pretty much have to. And now that planning really starts, I mean, with the guest list finalized, that really helps because now we can get looking into the caterer and all that thing. But we actually just got our engagement pictures back from our wedding photographer.
Oh my gosh, yes. And wow, did they went so good. They came back amazing. Did we we were planning on when to go, right? Or we told them that it would take place next time. Like even taking the pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So what was that experience for you like? At
Um,
Port.
Yeah, so I love that it was at Port. That's our date spot. That's where you proposed. But crazy enough, when we got there, I'm like, first photo stop you have to go to is the lighthouse. And we walk up to the lighthouse and it's covered in construction. Like they're redoing the lighthouse. You can't really go on the walkway and it's all boxed in. And I'm like, what? Like this is supposed to be like, if you look back at our second year pictures, kind of recreating that, I'll put some of them on the screen, but just those style of kind of pictures, like I was like, what are we going to do now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I mean, thankfully with the pictures and stuff, like with, the blur and the bokeh in the back, it didn't matter. So they all came back. They looked good, but we had some fun doing some fun poses and such.
Yeah, she definitely handled it well. She's like, don't worry, we'll still get it in the background. And like, thankfully, like it was very reassuring that she was taking the pictures and it was just blurred in the background, which I forget that, in pictures, it does that for you. So thankfully, we still got the beauty of the lighthouse, even when it was in construction.
Does that get you excited to see like your wedding pictures, knowing that what it could be? Because I thought they looked like phenomenal.
I just feel like she captured us so well. Like I didn't feel like it was posed. I didn't feel like it did not look fake at all. It just looked like we went to Port and someone just photographed our every move. Like,
yeah, it was great. It was good. It was perfect. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. We had a fun time too. Just when she said like whisper in her ear, I'm just like, it was just fun,
Or like just run
fun.
Around and chase each other and sway back and forth, run in the water.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I'd love to be a photographer too. That'd just be kind of so fun. You just get to take pictures.
Yeah, have that fun every day.
Yeah.
But sometimes with weddings, it's kind of nerve wracking because like weddings are like such a big deal to people. We're like family photos. If you don't get a shot, like people are like, okay, like I'm sad I don't get that. But like if you're a wedding photographer and you miss the first kiss or like they do a dip down the aisle, like you can't just go back and repeat that.
I mean, you got to be on your game.
Yeah, compared to a senior session or something like that where you can be like, oh, let's do it again. Like do that spin again, do that twirl again. And
yeah, that's a good point.
Very excited for when we get to start doing those wedding pictures. I can't believe it's less than a year away now.
I know. Do you think you can still hang in there a year with me?
I think so. Do you have any big stresses about the wedding?
Yeah, the girl I'm marrying. I'm just kidding. I bet that's gonna be the intro.
Oh my gosh.
Big stressors. I don't know if I have any big stressors. I mean, other than like, man, I hope people can come and enjoy themselves. I guess like I don't drink or anything, and I know that's like a big thing in weddings. So maybe I don't know, just doing things that I wouldn't necessarily do, but I know I don't have to do that. That makes sense.
I feel like most brides, I don't know, do brides, usually they say the bride and groom like not to drink at the wedding, or they just do like a toast at dinner because you don't want to get wasted at your wedding. How are you going to remember it?
Yeah, the pictures.
But I mean, I think it's known like that the groomsmen and all that, they get just wasted, but they're supposed to be the life. Like I want it to be a party. So,
right.
Sometimes you need that drink to loosen up.
Yeah. I think it'll be great. I'm looking forward to it. So,
but yet again, I feel like I've said this in a video before, but no one's throwing up. I think it's like a $50 charge if someone throws up. So don't throw up.
And you're all invited. Yay.
Well, some people that watch this are going to be at the wedding.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure the majority. What's your biggest stressor about the wedding?
So I feel like of course, the stresses will come for the wedding, but I'm more stressed about where are we going on our honeymoon.
Oh, I've heard so much conversations about this already.
Everyone that I know that's getting married have asked, like, where are you going? What are you doing? And I've heard Mexico, Apostle Islands, all all these different places, and I just don't know what to choose.
I want to take her to the local Dairy Queen or something, personally.
I mean, I'd eat there, but
where do you want to go right now?
well, okay, so I'm conflicted because it's like I do want to go back to Belize where everything started.
Yeah.
But then I also like, we talked about how we want to go and be at all 50 states. So then it's like, why not go to Hawaii? And Hawaii looks beautiful. And I've looked at some resorts there. But now, because my TikTok is all like honeymoon destination, wedding, stuff like that, I've really like fallen in love with some places in Mexico.
Like some all-inclusive stuff.
Yeah.
Never been to one.
Yeah, never been to one. And I've seen St. Lucia as well, but that's, I think, I don't know. It's also very expensive, some of these places.
So who's going to pay for this? If anyone wants to sponsor the honeymoon.
Yeah, seriously, we will video your resort.
Yep.
We'll talk about it all on podcast.
We could actually try. Yeah, the resort. I never thought about that. The actual resort. We could maybe
I
bust
mean,
a
that'd be
free room.
nice. That'd be nice.
I'll have my assistant write some emails.
Oh no. Hello, I am desperate for a honeymoon. I can't decide, so can you decide for me? I've even asked ChatGPT. I'm not even kidding.
I mean, of course.
I was like top 10, and I want it to be adult only, just because like I work with kids. I don't need to see kids on the honeymoon, so I don't need any. Well, there's probably adults that act like kids that'll be drunk, but that's why I kind of want a place with our own pool too.
Yeah.
How they have like your own like little suite where there's like a pool and all that stuff. Like that'd be so
sweet.
cool.
That'd be sweet.
But we'll see where we end up, huh?
Yeah.
But speaking of traveling, we have done a lot of traveling in this really first couple weeks of summer.
Yeah, we had 4 flights with our travel to South Dakota. So we had a wrestling camp in Yankton. That went good. So it was actually the guy who brought me out there. He was the head wrestling coach, and he was my first ever college win. Actually, I've wrestled him a couple times. So he's a cool guy. He's also getting married this year. So talked about some of maybe where they were going and stuff. But yeah, that was a great time.
We went golfing after.
We went golfing after. Yeah, that was fun.
Honestly, like you'd think, I always think of South Dakota as really not having much, but the places we went, like, I don't know, it was pretty city for what I think of South Dakota.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
we pull up to our hotel and there's like, it's basically a Top Golf, but it's called Great Shots. And we had some fun there and had dinner.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was good. And yeah, we went to go see the falls, Sioux Falls. And
yeah, I literally thought Caden was joking when he goes, hey, do you want to go to the falls in Sioux Falls? It's like just the way he said it. I'm like, okay, haha. Like, yep, falls in Sioux Falls. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm glad we went. And it's cool because every time we get to do this, it's like we can travel around the city and just where we are, being like, take it as almost a trip, you're seeing things you never see. So
yeah.
What else? We had our trip to Driftless Camp in Oklahoma State.
So South Dakota, we were home literally for one day, and then it was Father's Day, so we had to head back home.
Yeah.
And then we had to Driftless, which was still in Wisconsin, but across the state.
Yeah.
So
3-hour drive. Get this, all right? Here's the 48 hours. You drive 3 hours, okay, till midnight. We get there around midnight. It's pitch black. I mean, we had like no cell signal basically the whole last hour. Windy roads,
kind of creepy.
Yep. So this is in like Prairie du Chien, Driftless area, Wisconsin, and sleeping, and we wake up. We're tired. We're like, dang, bright and early.
We didn't sleep in much. Like
No, we didn't.
We had to get to the camp.
Yeah, we had to get to the camp, and then it went great, though. It was super hot in the wrestling room, but the Driftless Camp, that one it's always so fun, and I'll be back there, too, for kind of the older kids. But yeah, that was a great time on this literally billionaire's ranch. Like, this place is phenomenal. We literally played in their arcade on the driving games.
Yeah, that was so fun. We got to do monster trucks. It even like took our picture, and you could see each other in the game. That was crazy.
Yeah, no, this place is the real deal.
I won, so it was even more fun.
Not the first one, but Yeah,
but I won
she
the
actually
next
screwed me. She
two.
actually screwed me. That was bonus.
It was like where you could run into each other on the truck. So I did a jump and I smashed right into
Yep.
Caden so I could pass
I
him
wasn't
and
trying.
win.
I wasn't trying to I wasn't trying to smash her because I was trying to be nice. Then we went to Oklahoma State, and this drive from Wisconsin that we were was 10 hours. Mind you, we left at like 3 p.m. Like after we took some pictures and signed some autographs, we went to Oklahoma State because we have the whole content shoot and the wrestling shoe release with Wyatt Hendrickson that we're doing, which America's heavyweight. He's fresh off a national championship, won the U.S. Open, and now he just won Final X, so he's going to wrestle at Worlds. So he's the man, and yeah, we were going to have a crazy day. So we booked it to Oklahoma State, and we didn't get there until 2 a.m.
Yeah, so I took the first half of the drive, and then Caden was struggling to, keep up and keep awake for that last half of the drive because I was sleeping.
I'm sitting here slapping my face. I look at Kelsey. I'm like, I'm so jealous. Like, this is after 3-hour drive, wrestling camp. Now we're going 10-hour drive. I'm like kind of stressing over like, man, what do we all need to film? Like, I hope this goes good.
Yeah.
Hope everything's just in line. And then we got to the Holiday Inn, and everyone's there is nice.
Yeah,
Oklahoma.
the sweet lady who checked us in, she was like, because we had to call because obviously we were checking in so late, and we check in, she's asking us why we're there, blah, 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 and she's like, well, I'm so glad you guys made it safe and all that. I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. Like around here, no one would be like, oh, glad you made it safe. They're like, okay, just check in so I can go back and sit and watch Netflix again.
Yeah, no, I mean, for the whole trip, like, everyone was nice. The opportunities that kind of just came up were insane, but filmed an amazing video with Wyatt, did some awesome stuff, and we went jet skiing even, filmed a couple funny videos, and then he invited us to go to kind of like the team doctor's house, and my goodness, some of these homes over there is insane.
Yeah.
I'm talking the backyard's got, it's the waterfall in the pool that's linked in the hot tub, private pond. Like you got it's just so nice. It's so amazing.
Yeah, it was so nice to be invited over there. The day just flew by. Like we did the wrestling, we did the jet skiing, and like just so much in one day. You'd think we were gone for a week.
Yeah.
But it was nice just to end that like in the pool and hot tub. But you put Caden and Wyatt together, and there's a full kids like wrestling camp going on, and we just walked out. I don't want to say at the wrong time because when we walked out, like we were stuck. Like we were not moving for a solid 20 minutes because everyone wanted pictures to say hi, autographs, all those things.
I mean, that's the coolest thing in the world though. Like it was perfect timing. Like I didn't even know there was a wrestling camp going on. So a couple of those kids were like, "Are you running a session? Like, are you coming?" I'm like, I want to, like that'd be dope, but like we didn't have enough time in the day, basically. If I knew that was going on, who would have known? But that was super cool.
Even I was like, no, I'm like, I want to go in the pool later. It was 90 something degrees.
Yeah.
It was hot, But the crazy part is that night. We were all just hanging out by the pool, like talking, whatever. And then it started raining. So we went inside. We're sitting and talking. And then all of a sudden, the weather is getting bad. We're getting warnings on our phone and stuff like that. And we're like, oh boy. Thankfully, our hotel wasn't too far away. So we're like booking it back to the hotel. We're in Caden's little Chevy Cruze. Meanwhile, everyone else around there is like, in their big trucks. They're saying like 90-mile-per-hour wind gusts. We're like, we're going to fly away. And on our way home, like there's like a alert on our phones, like tornado. And I'm like, ah.
Because like in Oklahoma, like they get that, all the time, but it's like you go in the hotel and everyone is sitting out there watching the rain and stuff. And it was like we're in the movie Twister, basically.
Yeah, it was like a mini hurt. Like when we were driving home, it was just windy and a lot of lightning in the sky. And meanwhile, like we're just in our like wet swimsuits and stuff. I'm like, I just want to get in PJs. Like, I want to get comfy. But then the hotel's telling us like, we got to go to the main floor, all those things. I mean, we were on one of the top floors, so we didn't want to risk it too much. So we did go down there for a little bit. But yeah, as soon as we got back, it was like just a mini hurricane. High winds, heavy rain, lightning, thunder. I'm really surprised the power did not go out.
Yeah, me too. But I'm glad it didn't.
Yeah. And Caden made the good point when we were in the room. He was like, well, I kind of want to get downstairs before the power goes out because I don't want to have to see all this, like going down all the stairs and stuff like that. I mean, I'm sure they have emergency lighting, but it takes a little bit to get up and going if they can get it up and going.
Yeah. No, it was all good. And Kelsey kind of skipped over this, but we put off so many fireworks at night. Too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, man, because we were still filming and Wyatt was wearing the shoes, getting content, and it was so funny. At kind of the end there in the last bit, one of the firework things tipped over and actually shot towards the house.
Yeah.
And it like scared the dogs who are part wolf, who literally howl, which was so cool to see that. But it was so fun.
And you almost hit us.
Yeah.
Wyatt's wife and I, we were in the hot tub sitting and talking, then all like watching you guys, and then all of a sudden there's this big spark like right there. We're like, maybe we are not safe up here.
That was so funny. That was so fun. But yeah, then next morning we slept in, of course, and then we booked it back unknowingly. It was going to be an extra 2 hours, so it was 12 hours.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then we got home.
It was another late night that we got home.
Yes, so sleeping has been good lately. Let's just say that. But it's short-lived.
Yeah, it's very short-lived because now we are headed to Ohio.
Yep. Which is an 8-hour drive for us.
Yeah.
So, but I'm
8
looking
and a
forward
half.
to it. It's going to be another fun one, and then we'll come back for a little break, honestly.
Yeah. Just to recap, we have technically been to Minnesota in the airport, South Dakota, across Wisconsin, all the way to Oklahoma. So all those states in between
Iowa,
Oklahoma,
Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma.
Yep. And then all the way back.
Yep.
And then now we're going the other way, continuing all the way to
Gonna
Ohio.
pass Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio. Wait, that's like almost 10 states we've been to in 1 month.
Yeah. Well, really, a week.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Or
It's
2 weeks.
It's similar to what we watched. Ryan Trahan, he's doing the 50 days in 50 states, and
I feel like him.
yeah, basically that was like kind of what was keeping us going. Like, man, they're doing the same thing right now, so it's like we gotta go. And we were in the same state on the same day.
Oh, yeah. It would have been so cool to run into them. We were in that same loop in like the Oklahoma, Missouri loop, but we did not see them.
Didn't see him on the highway or nothing, but
No, that's sad. I wish we did. That would have been so cool.
yeah.
With these camps, is there any like person that you've met that's like stood out to you, or like what's just your favorite part? Because we meet so many different people.
I can't, like, kids, you're saying, or
I mean, kids, parents, adults, coaches, just people you run into because we meet so many different people.
yeah. I think it's so weird thinking like as a kid of like, oh, dad, how do you know that guy? Like, how do you know like, your parents are always talking to people you've never seen before, and you don't understand, like, man, they've lived life, like, and it was experiences that did that. And I'm thinking back on my life of being like, even this past whole week, all the new people we met, and it's like, all the new contacts, and then through networking and stuff, and there's been so many people, I'd say, but I mean, for someone like I guess I didn't expect to meeting that I was like so intrigued in was when we were at Oklahoma State, when they were doing basically the whiskey tasting, and this this dude, so his name is Fred, and he's basically known as the tasting the bourbon whiskey guy, and he can basically know exactly what like a whiskey basically is tasted out of, like one of his thing, like he's an author, he's wrote a bunch of books on bourbon, but he's like people basically invite him to say, hey, is this a good bourbon? And they would buy that, basically. Like, he's the guy. So
yeah,
he kind of did like a cool little showing of like
what he does like,
in the process.
Asking like, what do you like in flavors and things like that. And if based on if you say yes or no, he kind of narrows down from all that. Okay, let's do this, but not just picking one you like. It's like, okay, take a sip.
Yeah,
where do you feel it?
It was just,
and then building upon that. It was so cool.
It was so interesting, and I wouldn't see myself ever maybe being in that area, but like I was glad I did. Like that was just so interesting.
Yeah, definitely like a bucket list thing to witness. Like, when are we gonna witness that again?
Yeah, if only you were trying some whiskey, getting a little.
Oh gosh, we didn't eat that whole day.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been terrible.
Yeah, that would have been bad. But
we were just going from thing to thing to thing. Like, we were snacking, but we didn't have a meal that whole day.
Yeah. No, regardless though. I mean, who have you met that maybe is a new connection?
I would just say from these camps, like again in Oklahoma, there are some kids that come up to me and they're like, oh, like you get to travel with Caden. How is that? Like that kind of thing. I just really appreciate when I'm also treated like a person instead of just like, okay, I'm here holding the camera bag. Like, I don't mind. I love seeing people like, take pictures with you. Like, I love that. Because it just shows how much of an impact you're making. It's so cool. But then it's extra special when someone's like, oh, like I see what you do too. Because I do a lot of behind the scenes things that no one would guess or know or whatever.
It's the underappreciated parts, but the necessary parts.
Yeah, and not that I need that shown appreciation, but when it does happen, like those kids always stick out to me of like, wow, like thank you for that.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, and especially like in that part of the country, like those are some kids I probably would never seen. So and like it's like that's the thing too. It's just like you see people online like comments in, but when it's like actual people in different areas, like it's everywhere. It's so. It just makes you think like, man, what I'm doing, like it actually provides value. Like it's not just some BS that you're doing. Like it actually makes a difference. So that's kind of cool.
And one funny thing that sparked my mind when you started this conversation was you were like thinking about, who your parents know and you didn't really know. But sometimes I feel like at these camps, the kids know you, but the parents don't really know you necessarily. Yeah. Like maybe they've seen them watching your video, but those kids are watching the video every single day. They probably know like extensive parts of your life that the parent wouldn't. So I do think it's funny when sometimes I'm sitting and watching these camps and parents are asking me questions
or even at the
about
Brewer
you.
Game.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That was so funny. Yeah. We were sitting at the Brewer game a couple weeks ago with my family and stuff like that. And then some kids found where we were sitting and, one came down. Oh, can I take a picture with you? Okay. Quick take pic.
Get it out.
Took a picture and then, not 10 minutes later, another kid. And then all of a sudden this group of kids, so Kane's like, oh my gosh, I'm just going to go up because, there's people sitting behind us. We didn't want to like distract the game. But then the lady sitting behind us was like, I just got to know, like, I mean, he kind of looks famous, he's dressed nice but
she said that?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes, she did.
Okay.
She did.
Okay. You know how you rock and roll.
Because you didn't have Brewer stuff on. You had your Young LA like crew neck and like you were wearing the colors, not really Brewer stuff. Yeah. And she's like, what is he famous for? Like, what does he do?
I didn't know that. I love it. It's so funny. It's just, I enjoy that.
I mean, I was kind of waiting for someone to ask. Like, isn't like, I would be like, okay, who is he that all these people are coming up to him asking for a picture?
Because it's not like an average Joe would know who I am. Like, it's a wrestler. If you're in the wrestling,
Right. So then I was like, oh, he does YouTube and he does wrestling. He's really well known in the wrestling community. She's like, oh, okay, that's really cool. And stuff like that. But I was just like, that is, I don't know. That just never gets old. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's really just crazy.
Yeah. It's so weird too that like I never even thought of like any of it would happen, and it just does.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's the best.
I still just think it's super crazy when we're in like the middle of nowhere. And I mean like the middle of nowhere, like towns in Wisconsin that are not popular. And we walk into a Walmart and someone's like, are you Caden Henschel? It's like, what? Like, I don't know. I don't think I don't know. Also, on the other hand, I guess I didn't know how big the wrestling community was either. And maybe that's what I think. Because I'm like, everyone knows baseball. Everyone knows basketball. But not everyone knows wrestling. Like my whole family wouldn't have really known wrestling, I feel like, if it wasn't for as wide, like not as much about it as if we didn't know you. Just because, no one wrestled in our family. Like it wasn't a sport that's on TV that we follow or anything like that.
I mean, it's literally still not popular at all from people.
It's still small, but I don't think people realize it's bigger than you think.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it. I like that.
Yeah.
And I think for a lot of people, it's always someone's like second or third sport. Like if it's your main sport, you're probably pretty good. But if maybe you're, just in high school or like on JV or something, it's like, you play something else. Like you're in football or you got something else going on. I think for a lot of that situation. So
yeah,
it's interesting. So for this upcoming month, what's something that you're most excited for? like that you're going to talk about next episode?
Oh yeah, I definitely, yeah. Let's see. Most excited for next month. Well, it's my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Kelsey. Happy birthday, Kelsey.
It's my birthday on July 5th. I'm super
turning 34.
Oh gosh, no. 23, which is crazy. Getting old now, you know.
She's waking up with a sore back. Shoulders is just
I need my cozy bed, not all these traveling beds. No. Yeah, I would say I'm really excited for my birthday, not just because it's my birthday, but we're having a huge family party at our place. Most of my family hasn't seen our place yet, so I'll be really excited to have them here. Pool day, just have fun. I mean, it might be a little stressful because we do have a busy day before that I'll let you talk about because I'm sure that's one of your top moments.
The top moment.
But and then also just my friend from college is coming and staying with us for the weekend. I haven't seen her in a while and I love her to death. So excited to see her. Other than that, you know, we have more travel and next week, I forget because like I'm thinking July, but literally next week is still June. And it's my best friend's wedding and I'm her maid of honor. So a lot of like nerves and excitement with that. I mean, just nervous because I'm so excited, but all the maid of honor duties, like fixing the train, doing the bustle, my speech, all those things, like I'm very excited for, but I also get those nerves too, just because like, yeah.
I think this next month is going to be the most like social events.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like super excited and fortunate, I guess, to be involved in. So I'm looking forward to that. I mean, then we got, I think the 4th of July is going to be my probably funnest day of all time in a long time. So this is the shoe release, you know, with Wyatt that we're doing. And like, this is like from the trip, basically this would make, you know, everything comes together, rolling out the content and, you know, just letting people know of the shoe and getting that on people's feet. And, you know, it's right before Fargo, which is the biggest tournament in the world, like numbers wise. And like for it to have, you know, who knows, like if I was going to Fargo, I would want that shoe. Like, tell me I'm wrong. Like, everybody in the country would want this shoe. It's literally the USA shoe. But regardless, we're also going to be at Summerfest that day, probably during the shoe release. So we're going to see Alex Warren, which, like, we don't really go to concerts much. The only ones we've been to was Ann Wilson, but we listened to him a little bit. And then we got your birthday that next day. So that's going to be so fun. Oh, I got to get her some presents, I guess. Although I don't know if she's been a nice girlfriend, or not even a girlfriend.
What?
We'll see.
No, yeah, it's gonna be a crazy week, but honestly, like, there's also so many things happening this summer that aren't happening like ever again. Like, when are we gonna see Alex Warren an hour, like 40 minutes, 40 minutes to an hour away for basically free? I mean, we have to pay for parking and we got tickets through a different promotion that seems free because you really just buy food and you get free tickets. So it seems free. We have my best friend's wedding and then we have a friend of the family's wedding as well. So it's like all these moments you have to make happen and it's just super exciting. Yeah. So many exciting events. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, I think life is going to be really, really fun this next month. So I'm looking forward to the next time we sit down here.
Yeah, we'll have a lot to report on. But I also think next month we're going to try and have something fun. If it's not next month, it's going to be soon after that with your younger sisters.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to do a little trivia because
that'll be fun.
Caden's younger sister, they are dating at the age, basically they're a little older, but they started dating around the age that we started dating. So we'll do a little trivia on like who knows each other better, that kind of thing. So I think that'll be pretty fun. But hey, to kind of prep for that, let's do some rapid fire questions here.
Okay.
Get to know each other a little better. Okay, some of these I feel like I know the answer, but let's just do it. Okay. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Morning or night?
Night.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
Sweet or salty?
Sweet. I'm so fat.
Mountains or beach?
Huh?
Mountains or beach?
Beach.
Netflix or YouTube?
YouTube.
Books or movies?
Movie.
iOS or Android?
iOS.
Pizza or burgers?
Burgers.
Can I change that to chicken or burgers?
Sure. burgers.
Oh,
All
okay.
right. Am I going for you?
Yeah, ask me the same.
Same. I want 10 different.
What? You're supposed to ask me the same to compare our answers.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Morning or night?
Ooh, night.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
Sweet or salty?
Sweet.
Mountains or beach?
Beach.
Netflix or YouTube?
Netflix.
Oh, that was the only one that was different so far. Books or movie?
Movie.
iOS or Android?
iOS.
Pizza or burgers?
Dairy-free pizza.
All right, there it is. We're
There you
basically
go.
the same person.
Basically.
Well, this has been fun, Kelsey. I'm looking forward to the next time we're sitting down here. So,
Yeah, hopefully it's with Macy and Zach or, just another little chit chat.
all right, podcast complete.
Boom.